Hello everyone. Last time in the video I explained you about latitudes, longitudes and the location of our country. As I said, our country lies totally in northern hemisphere and in eastern hemisphere. That was the reason why we were marking our country's areas, or you can say the boundaries, as north and east. Just look over here. I'll just recap in short. Our southern quadrant is at 8°4' north, whereas our northern quadrant lies at 37°6' north. Same way, eastern quadrant lies at 97.25, or you can say 97°25' east. Same way, our western lies at 68°7' east. And we also discussed that the area of our country is 3.28 million square kilometers, which occupies 2.4% area of the entire world. Land boundary, as we discussed, is 15,000 kilometers, whereas our coastal boundaries, including the islands of Lakshadweep Islands and the Andaman and Nicobar Islands, it accounts to 7,516.6 kilometers. Now let us move ahead. I asked you one question, ki why is 82.5° meridian is considered important for our country. If you remember, children, we discussed that this was the line which actually is the middlemost longitude of our country. The eastern boundary, which is at Arunachal Pradesh, and the western boundary, which is in Gujarat, they both have a time lag of 2 hours. We can't follow the local time of individual places. That is why we considered this longitude, which was the centermost longitude, as our standard meridian. And now all the watches of our country, they follow the time which is seen at this meridian. This standard meridian is passing from Mirzapur, which is in Uttar Pradesh. So importance of this longitude is, it is the centermost longitude. It is passing from the middle of our country, and its time is taken as standard time for our country to avoid all the confusions related to the time. So this was your answer. Now just move ahead. Our neighboring countries, we have Pakistan here, China, Nepal, Bhutan, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, and we have Maldives in southern part. Now, as we have already discussed, that Tropic of Cancer passes through our country and it divides our country into almost 2 equal parts. Not exactly, but almost. This is an important thing. And almost from 22 degree, our country starts tapering. Tapering means it starts taking a shape of a cone. And here it starts, from here itself, it starts into the water, means the Indian Ocean. It intrudes into the Indian Ocean. So India having the longest coastline, plus due to the long coastline, we have more opportunities for trade relations with the countries of Eastern Asia, Western Asia, and other countries of the world also. So the eminent position of our country into Indian Ocean makes it very important, and this is the only reason why Indian Ocean is named after our country. Now, if we look back towards our history, we will find that before we had a sea trade, we already had our land trade, land routes through passes, which was mainly from these areas. And these passes, they allowed us to trade through land since ages even before our sea routes and sea trades. During those days, we exchanged many ideas, commodities, and during those days, during the exchange of these ideas and commodities, we created many big epics, many literature books like Upanishads, Ramayana, Panchtantra stories you might all have read a lot. All these stories, they came up into those eras. Then we exchanged with our Indian numerals, decimal systems. We taught the world about decimal systems and numerals. Not only this, we exchanged spices, muslin. Muslin of Dhaka was very famous. It was finest cloth and very famous. You might have heard about it from your elder ones that the whole lot can pass through a ring. It was that fine. Now we gave all these things. In return, we got some ideas from them also. We learned about Greek sculptures, domes, minarets of Western Asia. We also took some of their cultures, and this way our land relations benefited us, helping in exchange of goods, ideas. Since ages, we have a very good relations with our neighboring countries. So children, if you look at the map, I think everything is clear. If you read go through the previous video, you'll come to know about your latitudes, longitude, position of our country, where it is located, and the map, if you read it, you'll come to know our neighboring countries. How many states and union territories do we have? Yes, this will be your question for homework, and many more I will be giving you in the assignment section of your app. So please don't forget to answer them. I want everybody to answer. I am getting answers, but they are coming late. And children, late answers are not at all accepted. So I want you all to be punctual to give your answers within 24 hours. I will be happy to receive your answers in time, not the late submissions, please. So children, I'll repeat the entire chapter quickly in points. Just to recap that when we talk about India's location, we talk that India lies totally in northern hemisphere and eastern hemisphere. Then we'll mention its 4 quadrants as extensions. Extension, it lies 8.4 degree north to 36 degree 6 minutes north. Then 97 degree 25 minutes east to 68 degrees 7 minutes east. And the time lag between eastern and western boundaries is of 2 hours. To avoid the confusion, we have taken the middlemost longitude, which is at 82.30. 82.30 degree east, or you can say 82 degree 30 minutes east. This is our standard meridian, whose time we are following throughout the country. Now this time lag, just to avoid this time lag, we have taken this standard meridian. Now let's come to the area. Area is 3.28 million square kilometers, and its land boundary is 15,000 kilometers. Its total coastline is 7,516.6 kilometers. We have 2 group of islands with us. Lakshadweep in the western side, and Andaman and Nicobar Islands in the eastern side in Bay of Bengal, whereas Lakshadweep lies in Arabian Sea. One important thing I just wanted to share, children, when it comes to the northernmost, or you can say southernmost tip of India, is at 8 degree 4 minutes north, which is at Kanyakumari. See, often we get a question which confuses us. If they are asking the southernmost tip of India means it's mainland. It means mainland. What it is? It is Kanyakumari. It is Kanyakumari. But if they are asking southernmost tip of India, then it is not Kanyakumari. It is the southernmost tip of your Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Got it? So children, just remember, and let me tell you one more thing. This southernmost tip, it got submerged into water in 2004 tsunami. Now it is emerging slowly. So our southernmost tip of the mainland is Kanyakumari, and of India is Indira Point. This point is known as Indira Point, which is the Indira Point is the southernmost tip of Andaman and Nicobar Islands. It is the southernmost tip of Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Just remember this. So I will be giving you homework on your assignment section. Please answer them within 24 hours. If you have any sort of query, please do ask. Most welcome. But please be punctual in your assignment and be honest in your work. I don't mind if there are mistakes. It's okay. But I want your answers within 24 hours. Thank you.